Hello and good evening, everybody, and welcome to our tasting of the Glaschu whiskies. We've got 8 cracking drams to be had this evening. We're not doing a break this time. We decided just to go through it. So if you have got cheese and biscuits ready, if they're close by, just feel free to have them when you want, and we'll just continue the tasting in one go. We are so pleased that the refurbishment has eventually finished. It's taken 5 weeks. And boy, what 5 weeks that was. Talk about grafting and doing 12-hour shifts. And the staff and ourselves didn't realise that we could turn our hand to doing painting and joinery and building shelves, dismantling shelves and helping out. And it's just been great. Everybody, all the staff have just mucked in. It's been absolutely fantastic. And we are all so proud of the shop. It's great. It's a totally different shop. If you haven't been in, you wouldn't recognise it as the TB Watson's as it was. And that was the purpose of doing it. Many companies nowadays are going out of business or closing down, cutting staff hours and closing shop hours and working less. We've actually done the opposite. We have reinvested into our business, family business, and into Dumfries, and ensuring that hopefully the staff can secure their jobs and everybody will come and support us. We believe in Dumfries and Galloway, we believe in Dumfries and the local people and the community, everything. It's all about the local community. So I hope you'll come and pop in and say hello and see the shop, give us your opinions. But we are so pleased, and many thanks to the local tradespeople who have been absolutely brilliant. We phone them up, they come in to do the job. Next tasting that we're doing, just in case you don't remember, is Claxton's in June. And then the next one after that is the local one, Annandale, the end of August. And in between times, we'll try and maybe do a visit to Bladnoch or Annandale or some other things as well. Maybe mix some whiskey with food pairings or whiskey with chocolate. So there's a lot of things in the pipeline, but because we've been closed for 5 weeks, we've been concentrating on getting the shop up and running. So it's a bit of a catch up for us. So for the first time online, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing the Glaschu whiskies, a great selection of 8 whiskies. And we have Paul Jameson as our guest speaker. So good evening, Paul.
Hello. Thank you very much for having me. Sorry, I'm putting a bottle back.
You're in between. The picture shows a TB Watson's Limited barrel with dram busters underneath. You're right in the middle. So there you go. That's absolutely perfect.
Nice one. Nice one. Yeah, thank you. Looking forward.
So how's the weather with you? Where you are?
Absolutely stunning. Yep. Yeah, it's amazing. I was saying to you before, I've been driving about Scotland all week, so it's nice that the week's ended with a nice sunny Friday night. So
it does. It's glorious. Absolutely glorious. Without any further ado, we will just pass it on to you to go for the first whiskey, and then we'll just take it from there. But as I did say, we're not going to stop for a break. We're just going to go straight on. So if you have got your cheese and biscuits or whatever handy, just have them close by, and we'll continue the tasting. Any questions, do as we normally do. Put them up. Karen will put them up, and Paul, I'm sure, with confidence, be able to answer the questions.
Absolutely.
We'll wait and see. I'll wait and see.
Purple.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Paul Jameson from Glaschu. I hope you enjoy your evening, Paul, online for your first tasting. Over to you.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you very much. Looking forward to it. Okay, so hello, everybody. My name's Paul. I'm from Glaschu Spirits Co. So I think you'll have all poured a dram. So pour the first dram, get it in your glass, start sniffing, and I'll talk you through a little bit of a history of us and what we're kind of doing. So Paul and Julian, my business partner Julian, we both run Glaschu Spirits Co. We're not part of a bigger company. It's just the two of us. We met in university. and there was a fair bit of drinking in uni. And we both were doing the same course. We're doing aircraft engineering, and the bottle's up, nice. We're doing aircraft engineering, and we were drinking rubbish whiskies, basically. But we ended up getting a job in the same place after uni. But as our income started to increase, the quality of our drams started to increase. So we were always kind of drinking whiskies and basically just really interested in it. Then COVID hit, and we both got made redundant. So we basically decided to turn to drink in the form of starting an independent bottlers. So we started officially in 2020. We started more of an Instagram page. The Instagram page was called Damn Good Drams. Got the hoodie for it. And then slowly but surely we got all the right licenses, and about a year and a half ago we released Glaschu Spirits Co. And from there we've just been bottling as much as we can. Not, we're pretty picky about what we bottle, but yeah, and basically just trying to get good liquid into bottles. So first dram, you'll see a lot of kind of cask finishes tonight. We really like to focus on the finishes and trying to get like maybe sweet wines, just red wine. There's a lot of port as well. So yeah, looking forward to it. So first whiskey is an Altmore 9-year-old. The bottle's there. I think you can see everybody, but that's it there too. Altmore 9-year-old, finished for 13 months in 3 Madeira octaves. So octaves are obviously, you get different sizes of casks. Generally, most common is barrels, which is about 125 litres of alcohol, and hogsheads, which is maybe about 225 litres of alcohol. Octaves are really small, so they're generally about 80 litres of alcohol. They're small, you can pick them up, they're kind of like a big dug. And yeah, this was in 3 Madeira octaves. So 13 months in an octave is actually quite long for a whiskey to finish in it. So it's got a lot of those sweet Madeira flavors. So I'll let you have a wee nose first if you want. But for me, when we first tasted it, I put all the tasting notes in the neck of the bottle. It was pastel de nata. I don't know if anybody's ever had it before, but I hadn't. I have now, but it's the famous Portuguese kind of custard tart. There's a lot of sweet kind of custard and marzipan notes. Yeah, Summy, yeah, some buttery. Yes, that's what we got. It was really buttery and a bit of stone fruits, apricots, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's the Madeira has worked really well. Usually you wouldn't finish a whiskey in Madeira cask or in octaves for that long. Generally it's about 8 months, so 13 months is kind of pushing it. Could have ruined the whiskey, but we didn't. We're really happy with this one. So finished at bottled at 50% in natural colour. If you get a full bottle of this, it's almost orange. It kind of looks like iron brew. It's really weird. But yeah, we absolutely love it. Super sweet. So let you have a wee nose if you haven't already, and a wee try. But yeah, we absolutely love it. Yeah, there's a lot of milk chocolate on it as well. We got super sweet. We actually went to the Netherlands last year, and there was a gent there that was standing around our stand for maybe about 2 hours just drinking this, and he said, "Oh yeah, she's very good. Yeah, she's my Dutch is amazing. Hope I'm not offending anybody." But he said, "Oh yeah, very nice. You could pour it on ice cream." And I said, "I'm not going to pour this on ice cream." So went back, poured it on ice cream, and it works great with vanilla ice cream as well. So it's absolutely brilliant. But yeah, what do you guys think, Brian? You had a wee taste of it. What do you think?
Yeah, lovely. We're just saying there's a sweetness to it.
Yeah, it's super. Oh, cheers.
Speech.
Yeah.
But we're just asking how do you source casks? Who do you buy your casks from?
A few.
Or who do you buy? Obviously, you buy your the spirits in the cask, but when you put them into octaves and other empty casks, where do you get them from? And or when you finish your whiskies?
So we actually bought, when we're looking for casks, one thing that we do is we either try and look for something that's already being finished. So this one, we bought the 3 octaves by themselves. So they were already being finished, and then we bottled them. If not, then we'll buy a whiskey, and then we generally try and look for something kind of interesting. There's a famous, I'm sure probably some of you've heard of them, but it's Speyside Cooperage is one that we use, but they've kind of got just kind of your classic bourbon, sherries, red wine, stuff like that. So if we want something different, we have to go on the hunt, and we've got some protected sources, I would say, for that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So generally we look to kind of buy already finished, but if not, then we'll find something. So
yeah, I was up in Speyside 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we tried to just walk into the Speyside Cooperage and, hello, can I have tickets for 2, please? And she went, have you booked? No, she went, no. I said, well, can you not squeeze us in? No. You got to book online. She says, you've got to book 2 or 3. She's up to maybe 2 or 3 months in advance coming to the summer.
Jeez.
But we were I know, it's crazy. Because we were just doing a tour of one of my customers. We're just doing a tour of Speyside for a couple of days. And we just went ad hoc. Oh, no bother. We'll go in the afternoon. There'll be no problem. We were staying at the Mash Tun in Aberlour, so it wasn't that far away. Great. We'll spend an hour or so. No, that was that hitting the head. But I had been 2 or 3 times before.
I've still never.
Have you ever been to the Cooperage?
No, I've never get the chance to go up.
You want to see these guys work. They work on sort of peacetime, as in the more barrels they make, the more they get paid.
Yeah.
And these guys do not stop.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And you see the hammer that they're using. I would never, ever want to arm wrestle
No.
any of these guys.
Nah.
It's great. And the thing is, when they fill their casks up to check if they're leaking, they fill them up with water. And if they leak, they've got to take them back and just start again.
Yeah.
So that's knocked them back even more. So they've got to make sure that everything's right. It's a great place to go to see them actually working and how to understand how a barrel's made and refired, recharred, toasted, etc. It's a great place.
I mean, speaking of leaking, that's maybe a little teaser for later. The final dram of tonight has a story about leakage, or maybe not. Or maybe not. I'll leave that on a cliffhanger.
Is that maybe I, maybe no?
So,
what does everybody think of the first one then? Is there any comments came up on that? Silky smooth, yep.
Touching on honey, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great start. You know where Altmore Distillery is?
Speyside, isn't it? So yeah, all the way up in Speyside. Altmore, the spirit of, I really like Altmore spirit because sometimes, there's a few distilleries that kind of get maybe overlooked in some ways, but I think they create a really, really reliable, fruity, light spirit, and I really like it. And I think the cask finish in this hasn't been too much. We're a bit hesitant on it, but I think the casks have just kind of made it a wee bit more robust. Andy said he gets marmalade in the nose. Yeah. Super nice and
But because when you see Altmore on the shelf, you don't see really 12 or 15 variations of Altmore. It's not one of these ones that it's huge in a selection from independent bottlers or bottling it themselves.
Yeah.
So the labels, it's great. I was just saying to Karen, it was great when I was pouring the 8 whiskies to see the 8 labels side by side.
Yeah.
And you can see the story of and what they're doing, because the way that we do our shelves, it's all alphabetical.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not in regions or in like company's products. It'd be great to have all your, I think we do about 12 of your products, 11. It'd be great to have them all side by side.
Yeah.
But then if somebody says, oh, where's your Tullibardine? Well, there's one there, there's one there, there's one there, there's one there.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
if they're all alphabetical, it's great to say, well, here's our 7 or 8 Tullibardines, or here's our 4 Altmores altogether by either independent bottlers or distillery bottlers.
Yeah.
But to see I should have taken a photograph of the 8 of them together, because they're just so different and so classy. Who came up with that idea?
Yeah, so we, like I said, Julie and I were aircraft engineers. So when we're first starting, it's super hard to get a space on the shelf. I mean, as you'll know, you'll have folk ringing you all the time trying to sell you stuff. And for us being new, you need to kind of stand out. So because we were engineers, we tried to mesh the world of Scottish engineering and whiskey together. So for everybody that's kind of listening and tuning in, all of the labels are different, but all of them have like a meaning. All of them have a vehicle that was actually used in Scotland or has something to do with Scotland, and it works in with the whiskey. So this one, for example, this plane is a real plane. It used to fly out of the Clyde. It's called the Cloud of Iona, and it used to fly from the Clyde to Belfast. And used to be able to, in the kind of 1930s, but used to be able to get a ticket, a return ticket for 3 pence. Unfortunately, it crashed and killed everybody on board. However, it's a cool story, and it actually existed. So what this plane is doing is basically docked up on the sunny beaches of Madeira, collecting the Madeira casks for the whiskey. However, what we didn't realize, Julian and I have never been to Madeira. I didn't realize that Madeira basically has no beaches. It's all volcanic and cliffs. So putting a beach on Madeira seems a bit stupid in hindsight, but still adds to the story. So yeah, that's one story. Get 7 more labels to go as well. So.
All right, okay. Karen's just going to take us off screen for a second. Just bear with us. There's a reason. Yep. Well, that was 7 of them, because we obviously didn't have the tub and tool.
Nice.
6. Well, no, I think it was one in the back. But anyway, we do have all 8 in the window at the moment, saying upcoming tasting. But I mean, it's so good. So it's quite good if you could tell the story. Obviously, behind each whiskey, there's a label. So you can tell the story of the whiskey and then tell the story of the label. Well, that's a great start, Paul. Absolutely great start to the evening. Yeah.
Nice one. Yeah, a nice sweet opener, an easy kind of drink.
Yep.
I hope it's brought some justice to Altmore as well. But yeah, I really I kept a case of this just for us to kind of drink and dip in and out of, and it's always something that I give to people that generally aren't maybe the biggest of whiskey drinkers yet.
I was going to say, it's almost like if somebody wanted to start drinking malt whiskey. I mean, I know people have said, "Oh, I don't like malt whiskey," because the first whiskey I ever tried was a Lagavulin or a Freud, and it took me right off. Well, so it should do.
Yeah.
If you haven't had a whiskey before and worked your palate up to that scale. I mean, you could almost say this is a beginner's malt.
Yeah.
I mean, just something that's non-offensive. It just ticks the boxes. It's easy drinking.
Yeah. It's and the 50% as well. So we bottle everything at 50%. We do that because, firstly, I thought when we were first starting it, not everybody wants to drink a big kind of 63% whiskey. Some people do. I'm partial to it, but not everybody wants to drink a 46% whiskey. They want a little bit of a kick. So everything for us is 50%, and we kind of think it's a good mix. We'd love to be able to bottle 62% and stuff, but we also get more of a yield, so we can sell more bottles if we water it down to 50%, which is important. So, but
we just we bottled our 115th anniversary bottling. It was with Annandale, and they took 115 bottles out one of the casks that we had to
Nice.
celebrate 115. Quite unusual, I'm sure you would agree.
Yeah.
To ask a distillery to take 115 bottles out of a cask and then roll it back into bond,
Yeah.
but they did. And after, I think it's almost 8 years old, so legally 7. After 7 years, 63.1.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, the guys, when I picked the whiskey up, the guys went, we have to re-gauge that price because, wait a minute, that shouldn't be. So obviously they filled it at a higher strength. And just as you said, to have a whiskey at that, I think an old proof, about 110, 112 proof.
Wow. That's, for 7 years old, that's high.
Yeah, it's a bourbon barrel. But anyway, it does need water.
Yeah.
It does need water. So 50%, I think, is a great balance between 46 unchill filtered and your cask strength. So at 50%, you're in the middle of trying to keep everybody happy between drinking it neat,
Yes.
adding a bit of water,
or putting it in ice cream.
Well, do you know what? You've started a craze now.
Yeah, if you want.
Remember when this hits America, it started in Dumfries.
Yeah.
Mr. Whippy, like you've never known.
I was perplexed, but I was even more surprised that it actually worked. I was like,
yeah, you'll see all the adults going out to an ice cream van at night going, oh, can I have one of them, please?
Yeah, maybe there's a boozy whiskey shop niche for folk. So, yeah.
Right, we'll move on to number 2.
Nice. Okay, so number 2. This one, different from the first. So, first one, obviously, really sweet Madeira octaves. You got those really nice milk chocolate, apricot, all those flavors. This one's slightly different. So this was our second release from Glaschu Spirits Co. This is a Tully Barton 7-year-old, fully matured and Santa Milion red wine. So this one, I'm sure you are all nosing it just now. Maybe how do we taste? Much drier. You're probably getting I get a lot of cranberries and kind of more dried fruits off of it. Very tanniny with the wine, but I absolutely love red wine and love red wine finishes on whiskies. So when we saw this, we were really interested and it piqued our interest, kind of fit into the bill for us. So again, it's bottled at 50%. Fully maturing something or a whiskey and wine can be a little bit tricky because red wine kind of impacts the whiskey a bit more with the tannins, and some people don't like it. You can kind of overdo it sometimes. But we bought this cask, we tried it, and we thought, yeah, that's fine. Let's just bottle it just now. So it's first fill red wine, which makes it a wee bit more punchy. But on the nose, I got on the label here, we had a lot of, it was candied apple, plum jam, and there was a little bit of ginger to it, so kind of gingerbread. And we kind of like to throw a wild card tasting note into some of our bottlings. So the wild card for this one was strawberry ice cream. You might get it, you might not get it. I got it the first kind of time that I smelled and tried it, but there's kind of like a sweetness aftertaste to it as well. But super high quality red wine barrel and very different from the first. So yeah, bottled at 50% again. The story in this one for the label, hold on, I'm gonna have a wee sip first, sorry. Yeah, I've not had that in a while. The story in this one for the label, so the plane on it is Vickers Viscount, and that used to fly out of Prestwick to Glasgow and Prestwick to London and kind of further beyond. And because it's a red wine matured cask, we've got it flying over a vineyard in France, so a Bordeaux vineyard. And yeah, it's quite nice to tie in. When we've been in festivals, there's been a couple of people that have kind of recognised the plane and maybe saw them when they were younger or that. So it's quite cool. It's quite cool. Yeah, we really like that one. Another wee Easter egg in this one is when we first started, we obviously didn't have a lot of money to get, buy full loads of cash. So an investor helped us with this one, and their initials are on the tailplane of the
Oh,
plane.
very good.
There we are.
Homage to the investor.
Yes. So yeah, what do you think of that one?
Yeah, lovely. I mean, I noticed when I was pouring them, you could see that tinge of the red cast. Do you know what particular chateau it came from, or did you just buy the cast from the broker?
Like, it came from Le Cave d'Urth. My French is awful. Le Cave d'Urth. It was the wine.
Yeah.
But it was Saint-Emilion
Yeah.
kind of region, I think so. But the winery was Le Cave d'Urth, yeah. Oh, Robert said sharp raspberries, nutty taste, but sweet, more candied fruit with a butter dry finish. Yeah. Yeah. It is very different. It's a lot more fruity, this one, I think.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah, you get
Well,
those
the Saint-Emilions, the region of Saint-Emilion predominantly is the Merlot grape that we use. And Merlots are more softer, fruitier style of wine.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a glass of Merlot compared to a glass of Shiraz, it's like chalk and cheese. The Merlot is soft and plummy and easy drinking. Shiraz is a bit more bolder and up front, and a bit more tannin to it. So if you have a Saint-Emilion cask finish on the maturation, it does give that hints of fruit to it because of the softness of the grape that's in it. So again, it's a cracking. I don't think it needs, to be honest, I don't think it needs water in this one. I don't know if anybody's put water in the first one or not. I did after I tried it, but I'm not going to put water in this one because I don't think it needs it. Even at 50, I just think it's easy drinking.
Yeah, there was when we go to kind of festivals and people tried it, when we were letting people try that one, it's obviously very open to this. It's kind of a hit or miss for some people. Firstly, it was because Tully Barden, I don't think a lot of people enjoy Tully Barden Spirit and the red wine, but we converted a lot of people as well because it's a single cask bottling and it's from us. I think sometimes the distillery releases don't necessarily do the spirit justice. So when people try a single cask from somewhere like Tully Barden and red wine, it can kind of change their minds. So I really like it. I love red wine casks. We've got a couple to try tonight. So
yeah. I noticed that.
Yeah, we really like them.
It does add a little extra dimension to it.
Yeah.
Being finished or matured in a red wine cask.
Yeah.
Apart from the colour, it's a flavour, obviously.
Yeah, and the colour of that one, again, it's red. It's like
aye, isn't it just?
Yeah, it's a really red, deep red dram. So yeah, for all the wine heads out there, it's good. That's also one thing that I need to brush up on is I focus so much on whiskey. I need to start learning more about wine. So when you're talking about the Shiraz and stuff, I don't know that. So that's something that I need to remember.
Yeah.
Great drams. Thank you, Sarah. Caramelized butter and fruit. I see. Yeah, we've got a couple more comments now. Earthy in the nose, dry finish.
Well, thanks for the tasting, Willie. Thanks for coming. Cheers. Aye, great.
Yeah, fair enough, Willie.
No. It's great that people say what they think. If they say it's a cracking dram for them, they will. But if it's not, it's not.
That's good.
I mean, I particularly like that one.
That's good. I mean, one thing
I've got a sort of Swedish tooth. That's great. But as I say, as far as I'm concerned, what's everybody else's opinion? If you don't mind me asking about having it with water, has anybody drunk it neat? Has anybody added water? Is there any difference in the taste with this one?
Water, yeah, I think.
With or without? That could be a song. With or without. Anyway. So Karen liked it better with water.
With water.
Oh, with water.
I'd recommend water with this one, maybe. When we've been trying it with people at festivals and stuff,
Yeah.
a lot of people have been like they like it with water. They like the Tully Barton. It opened up a wee bit because it is maybe quite sharp. I know that the Altmore was 9-year-old. You could drink that at 50% to me without water, but some people kind of like what. It just depends on people's palates and tastes, isn't it?
Yep.
Need water with first.
So.
Yep. Great.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to number 3.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So this one's a Tom and Tool. Pour myself a wee dram on this one. So third dram of the night, we've got Tom and Tool 7-year-old. Tom and Tool 7-year-old finished for 2 years in Marsala. So this one here, we've got 2 drams tonight that we really had to push to get ready for this evening. So you guys are some of the first of our customers and kind of people to try this Tom and Tool. So we started to try and get this bottled in February, and it only got bottled and picked up on this Monday. So Monday this week. So this is literally hot off the press. So yeah, Tom and Tool. I think Tom and Tool is really good spirit, the gentle dram, and yeah, we've finished this for 2 years in first fill Marsala barrique. So you got that gentle, really nice light spirit with something like a really nice sweet Marsala. And the barrique, it's a smaller cask, so it kind of takes on more of the flavour. So again, bottled at 50%. And yeah, 280 bottles we got out of this. So kind of a medium run for us. You generally get about maybe 300 bottles. So it's maybe a bit on the low side. But yeah, we got it was fresh peaches on this and a lot of honey. One for me, I got some candied ginger on it. It's got a little bit of spice from that Marsala barrique, but the sweetness kind of the candied sweetness to it as well for me. And then I get sweet amaretto on it too. So I tried this at cast strength and then watered it down. And to me, a little bit of water kind of opens it up. But that's just kind of my opinion. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with this one. I've wanted to bottle a Tom and Tool for a while. I really like Tom and Tool. So when we saw this, we jumped on it. The artwork for this one. So you'll notice that this is a balloon. Not a lot of people know that the second person to ever fly in the world was in a balloon, and he was a Scotsman. That's not actually him. That's the third person who perfected it. It was a guy called Vincenzo Lardini, I believe. He was an Italian that flew over Glasgow and Edinburgh. So that's him, and he's balloon flying over Glasgow around 1785. So that's the other story that links into that. But yeah. What do you think? What do you think, Brian?
That's really smooth. I mean, that's smoother than the number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Bardi. I mean, I'm a bit of a Tom and Tool fan, to be honest. I mean, I do like their spirit, regardless of what it is. But that is definitely, as far as I'm concerned, doesn't need water on that one.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I mean, that's an easy.
It lives up to the name. Coconut. That's an interesting.
Well,
notes of hobnobs. Yeah.
Marzipan.
Yeah. Marzipan coming through. Yeah, Simonson marzipan as well. Cake mix shortbread. Yeah, well, I'm glad the reception for that. That's good so far. Parma violets in the nose. Fall finish. Nice. It's always a bit nerve-wracking releasing a new dram.
Well, it is. It's like everything else. You've selected it. You've put your label on it, and then everybody else has to judge it.
Yep.
It's like everything. I suppose it's winemakers. They make their wine and they spend years with the vines, and they pick the vines that have been in the ground for 100 years, and they make a wine that they're so proud of. They put it in the bottle at 30, 40, 50 pound a bottle, and people go, "Oh, that's lovely. That's so delicious." And other people say, "That's pretty crap." I mean, that's rubbish. It's up to the individuals of what they do and what they think and what other people think of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lovely one.
You're kind of at the mercy of people's perceptions, because one of the things that we try and do is we have to. It's a real chore, but we try and drink as much whiskies as possible. Market research, if you will. So we always get loads of different types of drams, and it's always kind of like, what are we going to do next? So yeah, like I say, when we saw the Tom and Tool, you also don't see a lot of independently bottled Tom and Tool, and when you do, it'll probably just be in a bourbon barrel, or maybe sherry. But we decided to go for the Marsala, and I think it's worked out quite well. We're quite happy with it. Yeah, like I say, I'm really glad that that's got some positive reviews. So,
do you hold many casks in Bowen?
Yeah, we've got, what have we got? We've got loads. We've maybe got about 10 lined up.
All right, okay.
For release coming out, yeah.
Or coming for next releases.
Yeah, for next releases. So part of our game plan, a little bit of an insight into how we kind of want to run things. For some bottlers, as you'll know, they kind of do quarterly releases, so they'll maybe do 8 drams a quarter. For us, we don't really have the time just now or the backlog to kind of get that ready. So we kind of just want to release stuff when we can. And that means that we're going to have hopefully a big range. And it means that maybe someone will like a Kalila, but they'll not necessarily like our Tully Barden, which is fine. Yeah. We've released enough that someone else can get something from our range. So that's how we're kind of looking to do it moving forward.
Well, I think the fact that you're doing single casks, you've only got, 220 to 290, 300, depending on the size of the cask, of course. Bottles to bottles, that's not a lot for
no,
really. So you can churn through a few casks of whiskey, and suppose because you've got the choice, you've got the flavors. It's like being in an ice cream parlor, I suppose. You've got all the flavors of ice cream there.
Yeah.
But you've got all the flavors of your casks sitting there that you can say, well, okay, they're not all peaty, they're all not sweet, and they're not Pedro Jimenez, and they're not this. They're a combination of everything. So you've got all the flavors of whiskey in those casks waiting to be bottled and selected. So you're not just churning out the same style of whiskey. It's all different at different ages as well.
Yeah, you fit the head. Yeah, absolutely. I like the ice cream shop analogy, because it hopefully means as well as if, like I say, if somebody likes a particular dram or a finish, or maybe even if they're interested, because some of the stuff that we've got tonight is still a little bit different, and you kind of won't get it everywhere, which is maybe something that we need to look at. Maybe it's not out there because people have done it already and it's rubbish, and we're like, oh, there's a market for that, and then we go do it, but that's not happened yet. So,
just think your whiskey's lined up as an ice cream panel, and you've got them all there.
Yeah.
But instead of being scoops, they're in bottles.
Yeah. Whiskey and ice cream again. There's something
I know.
here.
Here we go. I know.
There's something here.
I think we've started something here.
Yeah.
That was good again. So, will we go to number 4?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Just
Yeah.
tell me if I'm talking too much as well, by the way.
No. We're bang on time.
Nice.
We're absolutely bang on time.
Okay, so dram number 4. Now this one it's called Ardlair. So this is Ardlair Spirit from Ardmore Distillery. So this is Ardlair is unpeated Ardmore. Okay, so yeah, unpeated Ardmore. So I think Ardlair is a very light, creamy spirit, and you don't generally see a lot of Ardlair out there, just because they don't produce a lot of it. And when you do, it's usually gone and people have snapped it up. So we managed to get an Ardlair, and what we've done is we've finished it again in a Saint-Emilion from a different winery. I don't necessarily know the winery this time, for 14 months. Now this one, I know it's another red wine cask, but it's super different from the Tullybarden. You still get those red wine notes, and it is still tanniny, and things like that. But I get a lot more. It was orange zest, toasted oak. There's a little bit of hazelnuts to it as well, and then we had cherry bakewell in this one. So it's probably a bit more sweet and nutty, as opposed to the Tullybarden red wine cask that was maybe a little bit more earthy and dry. Okay, so yeah, this one was really good for us. It's 50% as well, natural color, so maybe not quite as deep red as the Tullybarden because it's not fully matured. It's only finished for 14 months, but we tried it at 14 months and we thought it's probably enough for that, so we took it out. You can still taste the Ardlair spirit, so it's nice and creamy and light, and I really think that the cask and the spirit have worked really well with this one. So yeah, Slange, what do you guys think, Brian?
It's different from the Tullybarden.
Oh, sorry.
Normally we would have said if anybody had kept any of their whiskies, they could go back to number 2 and compare it with number 4.
Yep.
That's not going to happen with the Dram Buster, I'm afraid. Coming on number 6 at the minute, I'm sure. But anyway.
Probably they're better listening to me.
No, it's different. I just wish I had kept some of number 2. To do I can do, because we can do that next Friday actually.
Yeah.
When we're doing it at the Railway Club, we could keep some of the drams to compare to the previous ones. So that's mind me on to do that, not just to drink them. Mind me on to keep some.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but it's very different from the Tully, I think.
A bit softer as well, I think. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's because of the age in it, but it's more sort of mellow.
It's a lot lighter dram, the spirit.
Lighter, yes, yeah. It's lighter, yeah.
Because going back to the Tully as well, I'm just using that as a reference point.
Yeah.
Still talking about the Ardlair, but the Tully, sometimes the spirit is a little bit sharp. But the Ardlair spirit, they only make a little bit of it a year, but it's super light and it's super soft.
Yeah, light and soft. You put it on the head there. That's easy.
Softer, creamy, light caramel. Interesting. Yeah. Just a little background on the label for this one. So, like I was saying, when we first started, we were, people were helping us buy casks. So this is another cask that someone's helped us bought, and we've brought to bottling. So he's bought a couple of casks with us, and we've named this series the Havelock series. So this is casks that he's bottling through us. So the Havelock series, it's named that because he lives in Havelock Street in Glasgow, which is in the West End. And this is a famous kind of church and restaurant called Cottier's Restaurant. I don't know if anybody's been to it, but it's set on his street that he lives on. It's set in the 1800s in Glasgow. And that wee light that you can see it in the picture. That's his. Yeah, that's his flat. That so we've had a shout out to him. I did check. This breaks no GDPR, so I guarantee you won't be able to go to Havelock Street in Glasgow and point out where he's flat and where he lives. You won't be able to find out that. But it's still cool, I thought. So it's kind of bringing it back to Glasgow. Not so much engineering, but it's a shout out to the investor that helped us bring that all.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's another little Easter egg.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
do you enjoy that one?
William likes this better than the Tully. Yeah, cranberries. Yeah, I got a lot of cranberries from it. It's like that sweet dried fruit to it.
Got a red currant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the red currants.
Well, for my glass, you can see the alcohol just.
That's an amazing glass.
Yeah, it's there's a story behind that. I smashed one. Karen won it in a prize. We're at a distillery. I won't name the distillery. It was a sort of what to do, treasure hunt sort of thing, and the winner got this glass, and Karen won it, and I use it at tastings, and of course I put it in the dishwasher and it smashed. So for my birthday in the end of February, she went and actually bought me one of these.
Oh, nice.
On the understanding that no way did it go in the dishwasher. It had to be washed by hand. So it's a great glass. And I mean, it's made for the, you can swirl it about quite happily, and then you get the aromas coming from it. It's great, but you have to be very, very careful when you wash it.
Yeah. Yes. Oh. Well, I think I lost you there for a wee second, Key.
All right. Okay. Are we back on?
Oh. I think it's my. I think it's my laptop.
All right. Well, we can hear and see you.
Having some tent. That's okay. I can hear you now. Sorry, something happened there.
Now.
Yeah,
that's all right.
I think my laptop was running out of power there, and it kind of had a little moment. So we're back. Right. We're fine. So,
right.
Yeah. So, what would you say with this one, with or without water? I see Martin said that he enjoyed that. Without water.
Without. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, Karen? I Karen thinks without as well. Yeah. A little bit softer, easier drinking. Yeah.
Yeah. It's 50% again, and I think when you taste a dram like that, 50% can sometimes be a good percentage to bottle at. It kind of reaffirms our decisions on it. So yeah. I like it without water now.
Anne was saying she was getting banoffee pie sort of in the nose and taste as well.
Oh,
caramel. Yeah.
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 Banoffee pie. I need to. Right, I'm going to remember that one actually. It's funny though, because when people tell me a tasting note, I then taste it. I think that happens to everybody. It's kind of like power of suggestion. So.
Well, it is. It is. Yeah, absolutely. It's when people go, "Oh, there's a sweetie." It reminds me of what was that? What was that one? Then you go, I don't know. You're a different generation, and you go, Oddfellows. And you're like, yeah, Oddfellows. That's exactly what it is. And everybody goes, yeah. You get the thumbs up from everybody. Oddfellows sweets. That's exactly what it is.
then everybody starts tasting Oddfellows.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's great.
We get cola cubes in this one as well, was one for me, but
all right.
Yeah, that can sometimes be a bit strawberries, slight touch of wood, usual spiciness, light dram. Good. Hopefully everybody's enjoying them so far. That's good to hear.
Yep. Oh, I think so. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Right. Number 5. If you're okay to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. We're good for time.
Oh, absolutely. You're spot on. Almost to the minute. Yep. So
Good. Cool.
Don't panic too much.
Brilliant. So, dram number 5. What do we have? I've got them all lined up behind me. So, this one for me again, it was a really exciting one to do. You don't see a lot of this bottled. It's kind of hard to find casks from it. So when we found it, we jumped on it. So this is a Glaschu, single cask Glaschu, 12 years old and fully matured for the entirety, 12 years and first fill tawny port. So this for me was my Christmas dram. I drank about 2 or 3 bottles of this over the Christmas period, not on Christmas Day. But I absolutely love this. So you don't really see a lot of Glaschu, single cask Glasschus. It was obviously owned by Billy Walker at one time. And as far as I can remember, he didn't really do a lot with it. But the spirit for me has always been good. And I know that they've just went through a rebrand, and I'm really looking forward to kind of seeing what they do. So just pour myself a dram here, sorry. So this one was quite a big cask as well. We get 324 bottles out of it. It was pretty good barrique after 12 years. It kept a lot of its liquid. It was really strong, this cask. And fully matured in port, it's done wonders for me for this. So we got a lot of, it was kind of the stewed fruits that you get from especially like wine casks and sweet wine, so port. So we get the stewed fruits, Mirabelle plum, a lot of dark chocolate and raisins, a little bit of orange zest too. So I mean, again, you kind of get those fruitcake flavors for that too. But yeah, I absolutely love this. It's right on my street to me. 50% and cask color again. So yeah, the label for this one as well. This was a boat. If anyone's seen our first release, we had the Anchor Line. So it was the shipping company that used to work from the Clyde in I think it was the 1600s, 1700s back in the day. They used to obviously ship all over the world, passengers and freight. Our very first release was a Blair Athol rum cask, and it was coming out of the Clyde. This label harks back to that first release. It's the exact same boat going up the Clyde estuary and passing Arran. So we're kind of harking it back to that as well. So yeah, Slange, hope you all like it. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that's totally different. Absolutely.
So
and the fact it's been port matured.
Yeah.
Not finished.
Yeah. So that's the first maturation of the night, yeah.
Yeah. And we always do a raffle at the end of the night because people buy, they have the option when they buy a kit to buy raffle tickets. Some buy raffle tickets, some don't. Tonight, there's been less people buying raffle tickets than normal, which is a bit disappointing. So that means the raffle prizes are less.
Yeah.
But the raffle prizes are the first 3 are the first Blair raffle.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So the raffle prizes tonight. Now there is still time, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to buy raffle tickets, you can do them online. And we are giving away. We've got 3 bottles at the moment. The last 3 of the Blair Athol first release. This was just something we wanted to do as a raffle prize. We wanted to give something that we haven't tasted tonight from yourselves. And we thought the Blair Athol was a great prize to give.
Yep, definitely. Yeah.
And, there won't be many of them going up. Well, I'll be surprised if there's any left in the country of the Blair Athol, your first one.
Yeah, no, there's not.
No, there's not. Yeah.
I tried to buy some off of some shops because we ran out. So if I'd known, I would have. But
well, it's a need to know. It's a need to know.
No,
we did lay some aside for a special occasion, thinking that something might come up, and this is what's came up. So
definitely,
yeah. So you can still buy raffle tickets for. Yeah, this is totally different. Port mature.
Yep,
not finished. You've got that depth of flavour, and the colouring's not really adding too much. There is a difference in the colour to it, but yeah, lovely.
It's not as dark as you would expect, and
no.
Yeah, I mean we've done nothing to this cask. We just found it, which is kind of half the battle when you're a bottler. So when we found it and we got it, yeah, that was going straight into the bottle. And yeah, I think 50% still good. In all honesty, in my heart of hearts, it would have been good to bottle this at cask strength. I just think
probably, yeah,
something about it, but I still think 50% you can still get a real kick from the alcohol on it, but it's not overpowering. It's nice. It's someone said it's a real big hitter, and I think I'd agree with that.
Oh no, it definitely is. It's very lip smacking. It fills the. You can still feel it in the back and the side. You can have a sip and go. It's still there.
Yeah, the finish is really long. It's super oily.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
You can sip that one whiskey for about half an hour or so and go.
Or quicker if it's Christmas time and household.
Well, I'm trying to be professional when I say half an hour or so, but
no, but that
everybody's going, yeah, blah blah. It's gone, mate. Let's go on to the next one. But you could just sit there and savor it.
Yeah.
When you're watching MasterChef in the evening.
Yeah.
You can sit there with that quite easily and have one or two.
One or two, yeah. I mean, the thing is with that as well is find another, fully matured Glaschu single cask.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's been in a port cask as well, you do get more bottles from it.
Yeah. So yeah, that cask was 324. It was a barrique. So it's actually the same size as the Tom and Tool that we tried previously. So same size, but we got
225 litres, is it? Or 250?
A barrique's 145.
Barrique 145.
Yeah, litres of alcohol. Yeah. So you can maybe see the difference in the challenges for us as an independent bottler. So the Tom and Tool barrique, the Glaschu barrique, both 145 litres of alcohol. The Tom and Tool only produced 290 bottles, but this produced 324. So there's something with the size of the cask that this has had more evaporation, so we've lost more bottles over the time, and this is younger as well. So this was a really good cask, the Glaschu, really strong cask.
Oh, it's cracking. It's just full of flavour and aroma and flavour to it.
Super oily, yeah.
Aye. Yep.
I think when we went to the festival, your festival, this was one of the favourites at the stand. We went through this pretty quick.
I like the fact it's port matured, not port finished. I mean, that's the icing on the cake.
Yeah, it makes a difference, 100%.
That's a double corner for the ice cream parlour, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't want 99 flake in that. I'll just have a double cone.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's something there with ice cream, I'm telling
you. Oh,
so my mission is to find another Glaschu.
well, I think that's my favourite so far.
Yeah,
I think so.
it's good as well because hopefully I've showed so far that we do have a lot of different casks and we're trying to do different flavors and kind of stand out a wee bit. So I think that Glaschu, single cask Glaschu, 12-year-old. I mean, if you're going to go to the distillery and buy a bottle from the distillery, that would be,
Oofed.
Yeah, a couple £100 at least.
Probably. Oh,
Probably.
it's going to be eye-watering compared to what we're doing.
Yeah, and like I say, find another. I'll do that though. I'll find another for everybody else, and then I'll bottle it, and then we can all enjoy it. Actually, we do have another. It's the last one. We do have another single cask Glaschu.
Yeah, that'll be totally different. That will be like chalk and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Karen has told me that, Alan, your raffle tickets are in the bucket. In the draw bucket, not the bucket. You haven't just binned them, have you? You haven't just taken the money and binned them, have you? No. They're folded carefully. She reassures me they're folded carefully, Alan. Don't panic. That'll pay for the Chinese next tomorrow night. Great, thank you, Alan. Thank you very much. Right, so we're on to now this is unusual. This is a rarity. I don't think we've got a Burnside at all ever at a tasting in 30 years, 25, 28 years Dam Busters.
Oh, nice.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely.
That's the first. Cool.
Yep, a first. And this is a first. Yep, absolutely.
Nice. Yeah. So Burnside. Maybe I'll tell everybody what it is. I'd never really heard of Burnside. I'd never tried Burnside before. So Burnside is, if you haven't tried it, it's technically a blended malt, but I know some people don't like blends, but don't let that put you off. This is 99% Balvenie with a teaspoon of Glenfiddich. So that's why it's classed as a blended malt. But this is essentially a single cask Balvenie under the pseudonym Burnside. So you don't see an awful lot of these casks about. You don't. I mean, like Brian said, in 25 years of Dram Busters, you've probably never really seen one. So obviously, when we saw this, we snapped it up. So this one, red wine again. So this is finished in a first fill Amarone barrel for 2 years. Now this one, I again, third red wine. I love it. I think it's great. This one's super different from the other red wines we've had before. So for us, it was a lot of blackcurrant jam, marzipan. There was a lot of fresh, like dark cherries, and we got a lot of black forest gatto. But something that I've kind of picked up from tasting it over the last couple of days is it's got a kind of funkiness to it as well. For me, I don't know if anybody can kind of relate, but you get when you drink Springbank, for example, you get the Springbank funk. This kind of has a similar thing. I'm not saying this is Springbank. I don't want it to be. I want it to be Burnside. I'm not trying to, put those two together. But that taste note, that funkiness, I get it from that. And I wasn't sure if it was the spirit or if it was the cask, but I think it's the cask. I think it's the red wine cask that's bringing it, and I really like how it's turned out. So again, this one, you guys are some of the first ones to taste it. It was only bottled last Friday, and I picked it up from the bottlers on Monday. This one was delivered to Brian on Friday. So he's the very first shop to have it. You guys are some of the first to taste it. So I hope you like it. And I'll go into a wee in depth of the label after. But what do you guys think of that one? Yeah, we've got some cherry bakewell and marzipan. Nice. What's your thoughts?
It's totally different from the other two red wines.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're on to a different wine finish with Amarone being from Italy. Very powerful red wine.
Yep.
Without a doubt. Comparing to your Saint-Emilions in France, which are predominantly Merlot, you've got Italy with the biggest red wine. There's Barolo and there's Amarone, so you've got the powerful 14 to 17% alcohol red wine casks. And then you put your spirit into it, which will draw from the colour and the alcohol and the flavour. So I prefer this one because I love Amarone.
Yeah.
It's not the cheapest of wines, but it's a wine that you treat yourself to every now and again.
Yeah.
And to have a wine that's finished in Amarone casks, it adds to the cost and to the flavour and everything else. So there's not many Amarone. When I think Aaron do Amarone cask finishes, but to have another distillery doing an Amarone finished cask, that just looks great. Yeah. Absolutely. When it's got a bit more depth of flavour to it, it's nice and long. It's just lovely.
Mm. Well, again, glad you like it. It's good. It's good to hear because it is a very unusual release when you get the burn side and what that spirit is. Like I said, the Balvenie, and then, like you say, we have done the Amarone cask, which you don't see a lot of. So
no, absolutely not.
It was a bit of a gamble. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm. I think you've gambled well. I think you're on a winner.
Yeah. So
chicken dinner.
But yeah, we're happy with how that came out because I tried it and it's always nerve-wracking. I tried it and I was like, oh, thank God it's good. It's really good. So
yeah, I've got sort of a tingle at the side of my cheeks with the flavour with it. There's a.
Do you get the funkiness to it? I don't know if it's just
there's almost a peppery sort of that tingle to it that's going, oh, give me more. Normally you have something like chili. And you go, I don't really like chili, but there's a chili. And you went, oh, but there's something there that I want a bit more of.
Yeah.
Just try a little bit more to see if I like that chili flavour. And I'm getting this pepperiness in the side of my tongues here that says, can I have a bit more? Just let me try some just to make sure I like it.
Mm. It's an odd sensation. Yeah. It's yeah, I think that's probably one of the my favorite ones that we've released in the past couple of months. Should we give him more?
Well, that's high. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that funkiness, it was a weird one. It threw me off. I think it is the cask, the Amarone cask, from that the tannins and that. Because you say it's the big hitter, like punchy red wine. I think it is from that. So, yeah, I really like that. But our wine cask less expensive than sherry and bourbon from Andy. Depends. So that Amarone cask, no, that one was more expensive. Generally, I mean, I'm really transparent with some of the costs and stuff. Like, a sherry cask can range anywhere from, depending how big it is, from 600 ex-VAT to $2,000 ex-VAT. It just depends. If you really want something special from a certain type of sherry, then you're gonna have to pay through the teeth for it. But generally, if you buy sherry from like Speyside Cooperage, you're just buying a sherry cask. You don't know where it comes from. So basically, the answer to that is it depends. It depends.
Yeah, because like everything else, wine producers, be it if you were saying if you go to a red wine producer from Bordeaux, you could have a Bordeaux that you sell for 50 quid a bottle, and that might relate to £300 for the cask. Or you could go to Chateau Newton Rothschild or Chateau Margaux at £5,000 a bottle.
Yeah.
Or a 1954 or whatever, and you've got that cask empty. That's going to cost you a fortune.
Yeah. If you want something specific, be ready to pay.
And same with the Amarone, it all depends on the producer.
Yeah.
And some producers will let you know, yes, you could say this was from my vineyard, you can put the name on. And some producers say, yeah, you can have my cask, you can say it's Amarone, but I don't want my name on the bottle.
Yeah.
It just protects them from everything else that's going on.
Yeah.
But to get an Amarone cask, it's not cheap anyway, regardless who the producer is, because Amarone is one of the top ranges of wines in Italy.
Yeah.
So you're paying decent money for it, and that reflects in the price.
And it transfers over to the quality as well. Hopefully.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
yeah, it means that it's a high quality finish cask. So
yeah,
I'm happy the way that came out. So
I'll give you a bit more tannin to it as well, and a bit more depth of flavour. So
yeah, absolutely. And before I forget, actually, the label for this one as well, because I need to talk through the labels for all of them, obviously. So Glaschu Spirits Co. Obviously, Glaschu is Gaelic for Glasgow. Julian and I stay in the West End of Glasgow, and we use the subway all the time. I love the subway; it's great. But it only really works if you live in the centre or if you want to go to the West End. So restricted. But it's I believe it's the third oldest subway in the world. So us Scots were obviously pioneers of innovation and stuff, and we're one of the first to incorporate a subway. Unfortunately, it's not changed that much since then. However, still, like, we're one of the first to do it, which is cool. So the label for that one, it is Glasgow Subway around the 1930s, but it's been operating since 1896. And if you look very, very closely, I don't know if you can get it on the camera, but that little poster there is the artwork from our very, very first release, the Blair Athol Jamaican Rum Cask. So if you enter the raffle, you'll have a chance to win our very first release, and that's the artwork from that. So we've put a little Easter egg, and that's the poster on the Glasgow subway station. So when you go on the Glasgow subway, you'll see all of the posters and the adverts, and that's that. So that's the story behind the release there. Alan, thank you for this to the Amarone, the Aaron Amarone. That's cool. That's cool. Very cool. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, that's a comment in itself, because the Aaron Amarone is just so different. In fact, I think it's coming back quite close next month or two. But basically, it's in production, and then it's off for 6 months, and then it's back. So to compare this to an Aaron Amarone, it's great. That is a really good whiskey with Amarone.
Nice.
Yep, I would agree with Alan on that one.
Brilliant. Thank you, Alan.
Yeah. Now we're on to a different side of Scotland now.
So
Step over to the island.
Yeah, so for your Peatheads amongst you, you'll like the last two. So dram number 7, we have a Kalila. So for us, when we started Kalila was obviously a dream whiskey. Julian and I, we love the peated stuff. Absolutely love Kalila, Ardbeg, all that stuff. So being an independent bottler, bottling a Kalila is kind of one of those things that you need to tick off. So we're really happy to get this cask. This one, it's finished in port. So as opposed to Glaschu, it's fully matured in port. This is finished for 14 months in a first fill ruby port barrel. So when we were bottling this, you can see from the colour already, the vats of this, they basically put it into a big IBC before they bottle it. This was just, it looked black. It was like black tar, and we were super excited for it. So first fill, ruby port, Kalila, and we didn't want to finish for too long in the port because it was a very active cask. I love the taste of Kalila, so we still wanted to bring that through. I don't think the port would necessarily overpower it, but you get that saltiness. So we got, it was a lot of the barbecued meats, obviously, the dark chocolate, there was the plum jam from it, flame raisins. But the wild card for this one, for me, this is one of my wild cards for some reason, I got a little bit of lemon drizzle cake. I put it on the label and the tasting notes. You might not necessarily get it, but for some reason there was like a little citrus note to it, and my mind just went to lemon drizzle cake for some reason. But yeah, I'm really, really happy to have bottled the Kalila finally. And again, bottled at 50% natural colour, like I said. And that was bottled in February this year. It was released in March. So obviously, Brian's got it. You guys are still, I think you guys are the first tasting to try this, because this is still one of our newest releases. So yeah, let me know what you think. What do you guys think? What do you think, Brian? Soot and fruit, absolutely cracking. Wow, nice. Thank you, Simi. Soot and fruit. That would be a great name for a bottling range if you only bottle like peated whiskey and like sherry or port or marsala casks, soot and fruit. You should do that, Simi. That's a good idea. The label on this one as well, before I forget. So this obviously has a big plane flying over it. So we do something called a cask share. So again, because we're a young company, we're trying to get money in and getting casks and all this. So this is one of our cask share ideas. So we basically got the price of a bottling, and we split that down into £500 shares, and then we give people a return of the bottling when we produce it. So it basically helps us get a bottle on shelf for free, and it's letting people come into our brand and help us, and it's worked really well so far. So this year it's one of the largest flying boats ever created, and it's called the Saunders Roe Princess. I think it only flew a couple of times, and then they basically demolished it. You won't be able to see one ever now, apart from on this label. And it's doing a low pass over the Kalila distillery. Now, because this is a cask share, you won't be able to see it on this, but there was 26 shares, and we've got 26 windows in the plane to signify one share for all of the investors that helped us bring this bottle into life. So that's a wee story about that. Good Kalila, cool story, cool label, and the purple's nice with it as well. So I hope you all enjoy. Slange. What do you guys think? Brian, you there? Different from the Glaschu port.
Having a wee bit technical problems here, so bear with us.
So
I'm running back and forward. So, well, Simi, get that trademark, mate. Suiting fruit.
Shooting fruit. Yeah, I thought it was good.
We have to rush Paul to that, but there's a race on. Suiting fruit. Well
Shooting
done.
fruit.
Absolutely. Everybody that knows me don't like peaty with the whiskey whatsoever. Occasionally, mainland peat. Yeah, I can cope with that.
Maybe the next one.
Oh no, well, this one's all right, to be perfectly honest. Oh my God, where am I now? I'm all over the place.
Keep calm and have a dram.
I know. Woof! I feel dizzy.
What's it? I didn't see a lot of the other comment. What were people saying? Did people like it? Is it good? Robert.
Yeah. Here we go.
Barbecue, smoked bacon. Yep.
Yeah.
Bit of chocolate. Dipped in peat broth. Getting more of a Lefroy. Okay. Nice. I know. Like obviously, peat isn't for everybody, but again, from our like, we needed a peat in the range, and this is our very first peated whiskey actually, the Kalila. So, and like you say, you guys are some of the first to try it. So that's the first.
I think the fact that you've softened it with a port finish.
Yeah.
And I don't think Kalila is one of these ones from Islay that's predominantly in your face with the peat iodine sort of TCP Lefroy Lagavulin kick. It's a subtle, smoky, more gentle style of peat and smoke. To add that to a port finish is a gentle way to get people into Islay whiskey, I think.
Yeah.
Being a non-Islay fan.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean the port. I don't know. The port isn't overpowering. I think it's there. And it does add the sweetness. I think you're right with the Kalila. It's not like the Lagavulin iodine taste and stuff. It's more coastal. I know they're all coastal.
I know, but it also gives it that colour as well. That tawny sort of, there is a colour to it that's different.
Yeah. Like it, I mean, that's only 14 months and it's a barrique again. So
yes,
that was a really active cask. You sometimes put whiskey into casks and it doesn't do anything, and you sometimes put it in for 6 months and it'll turn black basically. So yeah, that one was quite active, and like Alan said, peat and port. Yeah. So that's one of the checklists. We like to check the Kalila off, so happy with that.
Well, this surprised a lot of people who are watching. I like this.
Nice one.
Well, I do. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm an Islay critic. But everybody to their own. I mean, I have a very sweet tooth, so anything that's finished in sherry, Pedro Jimenez, port, great. Or even just now turning to ones that have just been aged in bourbon casks. Wasn't a great fan of because there was no sherry to it.
Yeah.
But I'm now turning to bourbon ones. That's why the Annandale one that we had is 150th anniversary. I really liked it, so we bottled it. But for Islay, I'm not going to give it a 10 out of 10. I'm giving it a high 8.
Nice.
So you're in the next round.
I'll take that. Through to the judge's house.
You're in the judge's house. Well done. Well done. We'll go forward from there. Yeah. And no water. That's a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. The Kalila as well is, again, I liken it to if you went to a distillery to buy a single cask Kalila. Like I don't know if anybody watching those, like the Ben Nevis bar in Finniston. We were in there the other week.
Yeah, my son used to work there when he was at college, university.
Oh, really? That's my local. I love it. It's great.
Yeah, they did say it was there was a lot of rough folk there, so that probably suits. Aye.
I wouldn't last there. Listen, if it was rough.
To be fair, Paul, it was 13 years ago. So.
Yeah. No,
unless you got in the back door, you know.
There still is a couple, not gonna lie, but yeah, we had a Kalila. It was one of the distillery releases. It was 14-year-old distillery release and 46%, but it was really expensive for a dram. And I looked at ours and I was like, we're doing a single cask port 12-year-old on shelf for 89 quid. And I'm like, if you kind of compare those two worlds, then, you know, it's something a bit special as well. So, yeah, really happy with that one again. But Martin likes it as well. That's good. Lovely, unique tasting dram.
No, I think that's really nice. I have to say.
Nice. That's another barrique. I've just realised we use a lot of barriques.
I know. I was just going to say, is the barrique the way to go then? To give it that more depth of flavour and just enhance it because it's a smaller cask.
I'd like to say that I've thought about it that much.
But it's just luck, is
it? Yeah, it's just going to happen.
No, you spent 5 years investigating the science of casks to get to the ultimate ratio of flavour to depth.
Yes.
Maturation.
Yes. Actually, that brings me on to, I don't know, have you ever heard of Birkentree? Do you know Birkentree? Nope. So Birkentree, long story short, it's an estate that's up north. They're using tree sap from birch to basically mix with whiskey, and you know they're trying to monetize an estate. And it's really nice. It comes straight out of the tree. It's not for everybody. However, I went to one of their like opening nights and one of their advertising kind of things, and I was sat next to one of the girls that works for Edinburgh Uni, and she does a lot of work with what's a Edinburgh distillery? There's one up there. It's not Portaleith. It's one of the other ones, but she investigates a lot of how whiskey gets its flavour, and she said the actual quality of the spirit doesn't matter that much. It's the quality of the wood that has a really big impact. Now, you would think, well, duh, because that's where whiskey gets its flavour. But she said it's like 80% of the quality of whiskey that people generally enjoy is to do with the wood. So that's why we've tried really hard to get really high quality wood to finish the whiskey in or to mature it in. So I think it makes a lot more of a difference than people think. So
no, I think you're right on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could put a really good spirit, a really good cracking spirit into a duff cask.
Yeah.
Not a duff cask, but a cask that is not at its full potential.
Yeah.
And you will not get the benefit of that absolute perfect unique spirit, which the distiller has spent years on to get that spirit to his ideal optimum to put it into a cask.
100%.
Because what you're going to get out of it is just not the full potential of that spirit.
Yeah, yeah. And vice versa. You could have rubbish spirit, but you could put it in a really good cask.
Yep. And that cask will just enhance it.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, it's good to know. That kind of, that helped because we try really hard to get good wood, basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, well, I like that one. That's in my ice cream parlour, that one.
Yeah,
that's on the display.
I was wondering what ice cream could go with that. You get some salted caramel, maybe. A little bit of saltiness with the peat and the port could go nice.
With a smoky bacon sandwich.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Smoky bacon butty bear.
Yeah. Maybe there's a market for that as well. We've got loads of ideas. We've got Suit and Fruit. We've got a alcoholic ice cream brand.
Aye.
This is great.
I'm glad nobody's really watching this and recording it, or it's on kind of you can see, because it's only us that came up with this idea, by the way.
Yeah. But it's
No, I have to say, I really, really did enjoy that.
Nice one. Oh, thank you.
Yes, aye, great.
Yeah.
So, the last one of the evening.
That's gone too fast.
Hey,
That's nuts.
it's good.
No, I'm having a good time. That's why I don't want it to end. We've got so the last one. I need to open a bottle of it because I haven't actually got one open.
Oh.
So, this one here is any more Glengoyne casks in the pipeline? Maybe. That's all I'm saying. Maybe. Glengoyne casks are hard to get, and generally they're classed as unnamed Speyside. So maybe. And
Well,
for me,
can I just say we've still got some on the shelf?
Oh, do you?
Well, yeah, we do indeed.
Because that, that is Glengoyne, the train one. That's Glengoyne.
That's right. We've still got them. We've still got it. Yep.
Highly recommend
we
going.
We don't have that many of them left. But now you brought the subject up about Glengoyne. I think we've got 4 or 5 bottles left of the Glengoyne. So
yeah.
Who was asking?
Andy,
yep. If you want to buy the 4 or 5 bottles, Andy, yep, you've got them.
Do it.
Yep, I'll deliver them free of charge. Well, Willie will. Willie will deliver them. It's not who you know, but it is actually.
Just
forget what you know, it's who you know, or what Willie you know. Oh, that sounds bad, doesn't it? Willie will deliver your Glengoyne if you order it, Andy.
And there, it's on camera now. You said free of charge, so.
Oh yeah, it is.
What, the whiskey?
The whiskey, no, the delivery is.
Yeah, the delivery, not the whiskey.
Yeah. Let's clarify that point.
For everyone else, that was one of our other releases. It was a single cask Glengoyne.
Absolutely belter. Absolute belter.
But finished in Pedro Jimenez sherry quarter cask for 8 months. It's super varied. So would highly recommend going and getting that from Brian. So, but shall we go on to the number 8?
Oh yes. Yep.
So number 8. So this one, again, another Glenglassaugh. I know I said earlier, it's hard to get single cask Glenglassaugh, and it is. So when we got the Glenglassaugh port, we also had the chance to get this. So we jumped at it. So this is a single cask, peated Glenglassaugh, fully matured for 13 years in Pedro Jimenez sherry. So you see the color of that, natural color, 50%. This was my second Christmas dram. I absolutely loved it. So I'm sure everybody's already cracked into it. So I'll pour myself a wee dram and I'll go through the tasting notes and then a little bit about the story. So for us, obviously, it's a PT sherry bomb, and a bit like how someone said that what other distilleries are on our watch list. Sorry, somebody's just asked a question. Other distilleries are, we've got a couple. Obviously, I would love to bottle stuff like Springbank, but they're £400,000 a cask and completely out of reach. Something like a Balvenie was really one of ours, so I'm happy that we got the Burnside. I would love to do a nameable Glengoyne. I'd also love to do a lot of new distilleries. So I love Loch Lee. One day I want to do a Loch Lee release. That'd be really cool. And possibly some casks from different countries. I would love to do Japanese single cask stuff. And I would also love to do a blended release, so where we blend stuff and release that to people. So we've got a couple of things in the pipeline as well that are interesting. But anyway, back to this. So Where was I? Yeah, we'll go through the tasting notes. So we got a lot of sticky toffee pudding. It was orange, dark honey. One of the noses that I got from it was almost espresso. So when you kind of go into a cafe and you hear the coffee machine and you get that like deep espresso smell, I got that from it. There's also a lot of dark chocolate and obviously barbecue smoke. But I would say for this one, when you try it, it's kind of like, if you think of it, the smoke's at the center and then it kind of opens up into a nice sweetness. It's not overly smoky. It's not like the Island peat. It's Highland peat, so it's kind of subtle. But yeah, we didn't do anything to this. We just basically sourced the cask and we brought it to you guys. So really happy with this one. So Slange, what do you guys think?
Well, you've got me in a dilemma here. You've got peated whiskey, and you've got my desert island wine, Pedro Jimenez sherry. Now, PX sherry, you love it or you hate it. Karen hates it, which means that when you open a bottle, I have to drink it.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried PX sherry?
Yes, I have for the first time.
What do you think?
So I like PX sherry. I like Oloroso sherry better though.
Oh, do you?
For some reason. I don't know why. I like the dryness of it.
Yes, because I've got an extremely sweet tooth.
Yeah, but PX, I totally understand why whiskey and PX work together.
If you've got a sweet tooth, it's great. If you've got a sweet tooth and you like smoky style whiskey and you put the two together and they balance each other, you get something like this. It's got a smokiness, not the iodine, but you've got the sweetness of the PX sherry to it.
Yeah, it works.
Absolutely works.
Yeah. It worked a wee bit too well.
Yeah.
Because I've got a little story about this one. It's not the label. I will go through that. But do you remember earlier where we talked about leakage and I said that I've got something earlier to talk about? So this cask, we bought it along with the Glaschu port. So they were both delivered to our bottling plant at the same time, and they were both bottled around the same time. This was bottled in September last year, and it was released a couple months later. So we bottled the port cask first, and it came up, and we had really good numbers, and we were like, "This is excellent." We bottled this second. We were meant to get 340 bottles out of this cask, but we only have 104. So there was only 104 bottles.
Oof.
That wasn't because we've decided to keep the liquid somewhere else. It was because
there
was
leaking
enough liquid in it. So we thought, it was leaking. We were like, okay, so the cask's leaked. So we had an investigation done to it. And like you said, water in it, shaked it, see whatever came out. The cask was airtight. It was great. Nothing was leaking. So what we think has happened is for the past 13 years, somebody's been stealing this and putting it in a little bottle and keeping it for themselves. So it means that we've bought this cask, bottled it. We're meant to get 340 bottles. We only got 104. There's no refund. There's no insurance for something like that. So this bottling is a complete loss for us. Complete loss. So we lose money when we're selling this. So yeah, but it's still really, really good. I don't blame the person. I don't blame the person for stealing it, but I am annoyed. So yeah, that's the story about that one. It's a bit of a bitter pill to swallow, but the whiskey's really good.
It is, yeah. Well, on the same story, we had a cask of whiskey. What named the distillery? And we asked to, after about 14, 15 years, we asked them to re-gauge it. and they came back going, "Oh, Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah.
It's not what we expected."
Yeah.
So what we have to do is we will buy that cask back from you, and we will give you the sister cask that's sitting one number up, which is got the amount of alcohol in it that it should have.
That's good.
You know what? I hand up to that distillery.
Whoever did
They
that.
said, "Look, we've regauged it, and it's basically half of what you should have.
Yeah.
We have a problem, but we'll put our hand up and say what we'll do is we'll regauge the next cask next to it. That is what we should have. So we'll buy that one back from you and sell you that one back. So you've actually got more liquid for the same price because of it." So that was very good of them to do that.
That's really good
Yeah,
because
so I have to say, hands up to that distillery for doing. I won't mention it, but well done that distillery.
yeah.
For doing that. It was good, very very good PR that they did that. It's only between us and the distillery.
For people that are tuning in as well, it doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen, and there's millions of casks out there. So I think people would probably be surprised at how much it does happen. But when you're buying these casks, there's no insurance on the liquid. You insure the cask, but there's no insurance for loss of liquid, and you're really at the mercy of people and how much you trust them. So, I mean, when we came into the industry, we have no contacts. We don't know anyone in the industry. We don't have a foot in the door or anything. So people kind of looked at us and kind of took us as the mug a wee bit. Thankfully, by the time that we bottled this, we learned a few things. But they didn't give us a refund. We got a partial refund, but we definitely didn't get what you got from the distillery. That's really good of them. Really good of them. So yeah. But I mean, it makes this liquid sweeter to me. It means that, again, find another one. Find another peated single cask Glaschu with that story, fully matured in PX. You won't. Yeah.
Nope.
So this one's now obviously completely sold out for us. So you guys have still got bottles. So if you want some, go to Brian, get it, and you'll have a great dram, and you probably won't find another.
Well, I normally sort of brace myself for the end of a whiskey tasting because of the peat issue. I think this is the first tasting that I've done that the peated whiskies have been far superior to what I expected them to be.
Nice.
Oh no, aye, absolutely. And I think everybody who knows me will be going, "What?"
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Aye. I'm not going to be don't get me wrong, I'm not going to be a peat freak, by the way.
Yeah.
But something that's finished in a sherry or a port cask that's from Islay or whatever, softens the blow a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's like I say, it's like everything else. And some people like sweet wine, some people like really dry wine or full-bodied red wines or fruity red wine. Same with whiskey. You like them peated, slightly peated, more sherry or whatever. And people come into the shop, "Oh, I haven't drunk whiskey for 30 years because I had a bad experience." Because you were absolutely hammered when you were young. And your dad gave you, I won't mention a brand, but he gave you 8 whiskey glasses full of it that made you throw up when you were 16 or 15. You've never drunk whiskey again. You think whiskey all tastes the same.
Yeah.
Until we do a whiskey tasting.
Yes, exactly.
And then you have 8 whiskies like tonight, and you go, "You know what? Whiskey is not whiskey. What? It's not whiskey. It's not whiskey. It's all different."
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of being
actually
different.
My old man, he detests whiskey, or detested, and so I'm the only one in my family that actually like whiskies. and he ate great drams tonight. Always really. Thank you very much. It's 1 and 7, so Altmore and Kalila. Nice. So yeah, my dad didn't like whiskey, and nobody in my family did. And his story, exact same as what you've just described. He had a whiskey when he was younger, got way too drunk on it. He thought all whiskey was the same, didn't like it until we started Glaschu, and now he's asking for whiskey left, right, and centre. He's like, "Oh, what's this new one that you've got?" I'm like, "Oh, send a bottle. What's this new one that you've got? We'll get you this." And now he really likes whiskey, so I'm like, "Excellent, I've converted."
Converted them, aye. Good.
Yeah. So,
And I think there's a new generation of people coming up who are thinking whiskey's not whiskey. They now realise that whiskey is a different taste and style and flavour. Not just your normal blended whiskey. I won't advertise the blends, but the major blends of whiskey. And people will go, "Oh, I don't like them," or "I do like them, but I don't want to spend 20 or 30, 40 pounds on something I don't know." This is the whole point of whiskey tasting.
yeah, you get to taste it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let people try it and see the diversity of styles. And now that whiskey's, when I first started 42 years ago and working in the shop, there was only a single distillery whiskies. And then I think, and I might be wrong, but I'll put a neck out in here, Glenmorangie were the first ones. And I can remember they had a plinth, and it was the port finish, the sherry finish, Madeira finish, whatever. Yep. And there was a plinth of whiskies. This is all different.
Can I pause you right there, because I have some of those bottles right there.
Have you?
Yes. Give me 2 minutes.
Well, you must be going back a few years, Paul. Right?
I think so. There's is it this? It was like the.
Yep, that's him. That's the one.
Yeah, them.
Can you see me? Can you see it again?
Well, that's
Yep.
I've got like the port ones down there, but that's Côte d'Or cask.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I can remember, say they give us a plinth with a wooden plinth and a wee barrel, and each one said sherry, port, Madeira, etc. I think they might have been one of the first ones, but I think Springbank did many years before that do a finish of a style of whiskey that was a one-all. But many years ago, later, Glenmorangie did it.
Yeah.
And I remember I went to Hal's house at the time, and he was a malt whiskey drinker. And he said, "Oh, I really like that whiskey." I said, "It's just a new one. It's a sherry finish." And he goes, "What's a sherry finish?" Well, because this was new, it's totally new. I said, "Well, or a sherry cask. It's Glenmorangie. But Glenmorangie is Glenmorangie. No, this is a sherry finish." Well, we drank that bottle that night.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe that's
absolutely why a different eye opener. And then we've got what you've just done tonight. You've got all the other things, the Madeira, octaves, etc. The whole thing's expanded in the industry.
Yeah.
And talking of which, I think maybe once we've finished, you can come back on and we'll talk about window displays and things, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely. Let's do it. Yeah.
Well, folks, thank you very much for attending this evening's online tasting. Again, Paul, thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Really great for the information that you gave us. You're coming to Dumfries next week?
Yes, I will be. I'm really looking forward to it. It'll be good.
I think are the two of you coming?
Yeah. Yeah.
Great.
James on holiday.
Are you staying overnight, or are you just going back up the road? Or?
I need to be back up in Glasgow, because we're going to Edinburgh early on Saturday.
Right.
Great. Yeah, I Aye, unfortunately, but we'll.
Well, okay. I was going to say you might be able to visit the hole in the wall in the Fleece because that's where everybody goes.
Well, I'm sure we can
Oh,
still.
you've missed it. You've missed it.
We can still go after. I'm sure one of us will have a beer. Yeah.
Both of you might not get out. Anyway, thank you for your time. It's been really great. I hope everybody's enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed your drams. What we're going to do now is the draw for the raffle. So,
See quickly. Sorry, I forgot.
Yep.
Could I tell the
keep
story
talking.
of the label
Yep.
for that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Really quickly, that label this is called the Benny Rail Plane, and it was a real prototype built outside Mulgai, and essentially it was meant to be a monorail that went over existing rail plane tracks. So see there, you can see railway tracks. This was meant to be built over. It was essentially a plane fuselage that had a propeller at the front and back, and it was meant to go high speed along railway lines, but it never got built. So to me, this bottling is a bit of it was doomed to fail from the beginning because it's 13 years old, unlucky number. This is a project, an engineering project that never worked. It was also doomed to fail, and the cask is a complete loss for us. So the full bottling was doomed to fail. Right? It was never
doomed.
It was never going to work, but we bottled it and it got there. So anyway, that's the spiel for that.
It should be called Glass of 13-year-old. We're doomed. We're all doomed.
We're all doomed. Sorry, but anyway, back to the draw. My bad.
Aye, thank you very much. Yeah, okay. We'll just do the draw, Paul, and then we'll get back to you later. If that's okay.
No worries.
Right. So as mentioned before, we have the raffle prize of the Blair Athol, the first release. Whilst we've had people purchasing the tasting kits, we haven't that many people purchasing raffle tickets. A bit of a disappointment, but so therefore we only have 3 raffle prizes, but the raffle prize is the Blair Athol rum cask at £67 a bottle. But 3 of them left. We've laid 3 of them aside. So, Karen, do your worst. Is that right? Okay. Sure. Yep.
595.
I'll write that down. 595. Next one. Yep. Oh, this is random. Don't shout. 594. That's the way it goes. Karen doesn't want to pull the next one out, but they were well shoveled. Five, four. So we only had 3 bottles because of the price, but what we've decided to do is the last one, we are going to give the person a free tasting. Now, that may be an online tasting, or it may be a live tasting at the Railway Club in Dumfries. So, here we go. So, for a free tasting, next one, which I think is Claxton's in June, we have 612. So well done, whoever has got that. So thank you very much for coming along. Thank you for enjoying the evening. 8 different whiskies, fantastic drams. I hope you've enjoyed the evening. It's been a wee bit quicker than normal because we haven't had a break. Give us your feedback on that. Would you prefer it this way or would you prefer a break? But next tasting, June, keep your diaries free. August, keep your diaries free. And a wee trip maybe to Annandale or Bladnoch in between. That would be great. And we're trying to do a chocolate tasting and a food tasting. All something different just to keep people occupied and have a good night out. So, on behalf of Karen, myself, and all the staff at TV Watson's, and it's just do come into the shop. We are so pleased about the shop. It's totally different. We've all worked extremely hard over the 5 weeks. We think over the 5 weeks we've been closed, but we've been sitting doing nothing. Oh my goodness gracious me. I've got bits of me I'd never realised I had, to be honest. It's been great. 12-hour shifts, great. It's worthwhile, fantastic. So, thank you for your support again for everybody. On behalf of myself, Karen, and everybody at TB Watson's, thank you for joining us